So today I'll be doing a video discussing Ging versus Hisoka and who would win in this one-on-one battle and why these two will be fighting on the Dark Continent. Now, we know that both Ging and Hisoka, they have major roles when it comes to Gon's development. I mean, we know that Ging, he was Gon's goal for the whole first half of the series, and the reason why I'm calling it the first half of the series is because we have only been on the human world of the Hunter x Hunter world. We haven't been to the spooky Dark Continent world yet. So that was only the first half of the series, if you will. And we saw that Ging, he was the main thing that Gon was chasing. We saw all the adversity that Gon had to go through just in order to reach Ging. So that alone goes to show you that Ging, he played a huge role in Gon's development. But we do know that Hisoka, he was Gon's biggest antagonist for the first half of the series. I'm not even going to call him a villain because Hisoka, we saw that obviously early on he looked like he was going to be evil, but there was moments in the series when Hisoka did help them out, and I mean helped them out big time. So it is safe to say that Hisoka, he isn't necessarily a villain, but at the same time it has been confirmed that he wants to kill Gon at the end of the series when he's at full power. So it is safe to say that he is going to be Gon's biggest obstacle, and we've seen how much he's changed Gon. We saw at the beginning of the Hunter exam how much he taught him about being a hunter and stuff. So that alone goes to show you that both Ging and Hisoka, they probably do have the biggest impact on Gon's development as a character, and these two fighting, this could severely impact Gon once he finds out the outcome of these two's battle. And we even seen in the series that Ging versus Hisoka has been hinted at. Yes, Ging versus Hisoka has been hinted at because Hisoka, he says that he has a list of people who he wants to fight, and we see that Ging is on that list, and that is crazy to think because we know that Gon is basically Hisoka's biggest prey, but the fact that he's going after his pops too, that goes to show you that Hisoka really is fearless. But in all seriousness, we see that Hisoka, this just goes to show you how much he's confident in his abilities, because we know that he basically ranks everybody on a power scaling from like 1 to 100, and the fact that he has Ging on that list goes to show you that he thinks that he is stronger than Ging himself. Even though that may not be true, the fact that he is confident in his own power goes to show you that he will attack Ging if he has to. And we see that Ging, he's even shown that he is worried for Gon's safety. In fact, that is why he will not allow him to travel with him to the Dark Continent. And once he does figure out about Hisoka's goal of wanting to kill Gon, I do think that Ging will step in and he will put it into that goal. And I know you guys must be thinking, okay, Phantom Man, but who do you think will win in a battle between these two monsters of Hisoka and Ging? Now, I will say that Hisoka's track record, it does look a little bit shakier compared to Jing's, because we know that Hisoka, he did recently lose to Chrollo. Even though Chrollo is a top tier character, that's nobody you should be ashamed of losing to. An L is still an L. So we do know that Hisoka, him losing to Chrollo goes to show you that he's not as strong as he did hype himself up to be, even though he is crazy strong, because we've seen he dealt with characters like Castro easily. In fact, he actually did beat Castro twice, because we know that he basically beat him the first time and introduced him to Nen and saw that he had potential, and then he killed him the second time. So he's basically trying to give Gon that Castro treatment. So that goes to show you that Hisoka, he still is a monster, and we know that he's killed multiple Phantom Troop members, so he is definitely not somebody who you can play against. We know that he killed the previous number 4, and he also disposed of Shaunark and Cortopi. A little spoiler alert, but if you haven't heard about that, then you just been living underneath the rock at this point. But no, in all seriousness, we do know that he has had huge success going against Phantom Troop members, and after his battle with Chrollo, we know that he has gained a new Nen ability. So with the bungee gum and all that stuff, he now has new Nen attacks that can actually make him a lot strong. But we also do know that Ging is known as a top 5 Nen user, and these are not coming from my words. No, these are coming from Netero himself. So that just goes to show you how strong Ging is. The fact that Netero said he's a top 5 Nen user goes to show you that he's official, and he was a Zodiac member himself, so that is even more icing on the cake. But we also do know that he defeated multiple specialists by himself, and that was one of the most craziest things to see. Now, he didn't defeat them in combat all by himself, no, but he basically went in there, showed them the difference in power between their ability, and everybody basically agreed that Ging was way better than all the specialists in the room. So that right there goes to show you that he just defeated all the specialists, he defeated all of their wills, and he basically made them bow down to it. He showed them who was the top dog. And the craziest thing is that we haven't even seen Jing's abilities. So just like how Hisoka has some hidden abilities, we know that Ging, pretty much his whole men category is hidden, and that's what these two both had in common. And I personally think that if these two did get into a battle, Ging would win, and I do think that these two will end up fighting on the Dark Continent, just because, like I said, Hisoka, he has been saving his new nun abilities that he has gotten after death, and I do believe that he will reveal those new abilities versus Ging. And what better way would to have Ging reveal his abilities would it to be versus Hisoka? And I do think that Ging versus Hisoka, even though Ging would end up beating him, it would still be high diff. Yes, I believe it will be similar to how Chrollo did versus Hisoka, whereas it would take Ging a lot of effort in order to take down Hisoka, because Hisoka, he's one of the characters, whereas he's not, I don't want to say like he's the strongest, but he's like right there, whereas he could give the strongest person a run for their money, but he would still end up losing. I do think that would be the situation how it is with him and Ging. But overall, who do you think will win in a battle between Ging versus Hisoka, the final fight to protect Gon and to make sure that he gets out of there alive? Oh man, I just think that would be dope. But overall, what do you guys think about Ging versus Hisoka? Comment what you guys see down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.